The following program contains graphic language, which may be offensive to some viewers.
Here's the thing.
It's the worst insult.
Yeah, it's an insult. If some stranger spits on me, different. But if a hooker spits in my mouth and we're fucking, that's a different story. I'm all in for that. Spit in my eyes, I don't care. Delinquent Chronicles, episode 17.
Yes, indeed.
17? Definitely 17.
Definitely 17.
Definitely 17.
Definitely.
I'm L.
I'm Neil.
I'm George McFly.
Hey, McFly!
You know, one day...
I'm gonna bang your wife,
Yeah.
George.
One day you might take this fucking shit seriously, you know?
Yeah.
That's Jose.
Yes. Jose.
Jose's not going to shut off recordings before they end. FYI. We're not going to have outtakes, are we, Joe?
It really depends on how this thing goes.
Depends on how you go.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
One day we might actually stick to our holding a straight hour rule. Welcome back. Sorry that it takes us so long to upload episodes. YouTube is a
It's fun.
She's a mistress.
It's a
who
fun
likes
water
to-
park.
Sorry?
It's a fun water park with pee.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Dude?
What fucking pee?
It's a reference to a South Park episode with pee.
Okay. Alright, yeah, sure, yeah. But it's fucking, it makes me want to, you know? It's a
Strangle
stressful
someone,
time. It's a
yeah.
stressful time,
Makes me
yeah.
wanna pee
So,
somebody's Cheerios.
constantly having to put them up and put them down. Being a YouTuber is very difficult, you know, because we're YouTubers now, right? We're YouTubers
Yeah.
now? We're
Yeah.
Are we influenced? Do I influence anybody? Do you feel influenced by me?
Give me the money. Give me the money. Okay.
Am I making you want to go to Asia?
Are you
find
not
the hookers?
entertained?
Are you entertained?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
This is why you're here, aren't you? To be entertained.
Yeah.
So
You're here to be entertained by us.
Definitely, they went with Russell Crowe better than they chose you.
oh yeah. I would choose Russell Crowe
No
over me as well.
enthusiasm in that.
Even Russell Crowe now, I would choose over me.
I like Russell Crowe now.
Yeah.
He's good. Russell Crowe now looks alright. He feels like he stopped trying to fight people all over the world.
He fights his directors and he fights his fans. It's a problem no one understands.
If there's two things he loves, it's fighting and...
Fighting round the world.
Also, another South Park reference.
Yeah. This is gonna be a South Park kind of episode. Naggers.
Oh, naggers, of course. Naggers. Right.
You just got back from some time away.
Yes, I did.
How was Portugal?
It was lovely. Ate a lot of food.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Portuguese food is...
Went with your lovely wife.
I did. Portuguese food is lovely. The wife is lovely. Definitely noticed the difference between going to Porto, which is where I started, and going to Lisbon, where I finished. Lisbon being the capital city. Wow. So the whole time in Porto, everybody's lovely, everybody's nice, everybody's, they're just happy to meet people. The kind of general attitude. Then get to Porto, came out the train station. Literally, my feet are not on the ground in Porto for 5 minutes. I have literally just exited the train and exited the station, and I see a cab driver get out his cab, walk up to what I assume must have been another cab driver, argue for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then slap this man in his face.
Yeah.
And this is why I say, like what I said earlier, that kids, especially like American kids, British kids, kids in the Western world, as it is here, make things way worse than it has to be. Because when this guy got slapped, the only reaction was like there was like the American tourists who were getting into the cab, like the woman of the tourist, the elderly lady, she was like, you know, like stunned that she just saw one guy slap another. But I just know if that happened in London, or if that happened in, say, New York or California or any kind of place like that, all you'd hear is ooh. And all I know is that the guy who got slapped, at first he looked like he could just firm it and just take it and be like, alright, I got slapped, end of story. Then he started looking around and he could see that people were like avoiding eye contact because like, you got slapped.
You got knocked the fuck out.
You got knocked the fuck out!
I think that would have been easier for him. But
yeah, because when you get pimp slapped, you know, it's a thing.
As I said, it was a slap. It wasn't a punch. Open palm.
Yeah, you're not. That's when someone slaps you, they're not trying to knock you out or hurt you. They're trying to embarrass you.
That is what we call a bitch slap. A bitch slap for a bitch.
Yeah.
A slap is an embarrassment move, you know? That's like a dominance thing.
Yeah. That's what it was. And he slapped him. And the thing is, he slapped him and then just got back into his cab. And then when that guy started looking around and see all the people who are avoiding eye contact with him, that's when he was like, I can't take this. And he went over to the cab driver and they had a little bit more of an altercation. And then he went off to his cab, the guy in his cab. You know, the people were inside his cab now, so he just drove off. And I was just like, we are not in Porto anymore.
Do you know, I oddly feel more comfortable in a scenario like that, though? You know, just because I grew up in the city, right?
Yeah.
And so did you. Mm-hmm. So we grew up in like a pretty diverse, you know, buzzing city, right? Mm-hmm. I'm used to that kind of like, how do I explain it? If I went to a town and everyone was like, the Truman Show, you know, like everyone's always nice and talking. You're like, hi. You're like, am I in a cult or something? Yeah. Like, I need to see some like confrontation. I need to see abrasive behavior from other people, right? If I don't see that, then I'm gonna be like, you're not human. You know, you're just an NPC character walking around living their everyday life. I want to know I'm surrounded by people with emotions and shit like that. So I want to see some guy get slapped in the face and then be like, and I want to see that because it's like, yeah, you two had an honest disagreement and some shit went down, innit? And then you could talk about it. But like, yo, some dude got pimp slapped the other day, you know, shit like that. If you live in like bumblefuck nowhere in some suburban town somewhere and everyone's just really nice to each other, Pleasantville, right? You're like, is there anything ever interesting gonna happen here ever? So, you know, so like, I like the abrasiveness of living in a big city.
You'd be like, oh,
or danger, whatever, you know.
You're like, oh, does anything interesting ever happen here? Opened the Dairy Queen last month.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I miss? I miss the days of like, I say I miss like as if I lived through them, but I miss the days of like, you know, what New York used to be like.
Oh, the 70s.
Like the Warriors, you know?
Yeah.
Like at night you had gangs and shit. And like, it's only because I watched the Warriors yesterday. And I was like, oh, do you remember it used to be? Because when I used to work into London.
Dangerous city in the world.
Sorry?
When New York was the most dangerous city.
Yeah, and you could say like, yo, I'm from New York, you know? And like that meant something, you know? Because you know, now you're probably just an immigrant. But
I'm gonna come.
But yeah, so. And I remember I was when I used to work in London, I used to like get the train with this like older black guy. Like he was my magical Negro. I'm so sorry.
I mean, there's literally
a movie called The Magical Negro. Yeah, I know. So he was his name was Ron, and we used to get the train together for a few stops.
Ron Negro.
Sorry?
Ron Negro.
Sure. Yeah.
He's so
I'm glad, I'll let you say it. So he used to tell me, he was like, you know, back in the day there used to be this like group who used to wear like berets.
Yeah.
And they call like the Guardian Angels or something.
Angels in New York, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like,
predominantly from the Bronx.
And he was like, they used to get on trains and like look after normal people. Right?
Yeah.
And if shit kicked off, they would like vigilante justice, I guess, right?
Red berets.
And I remember him telling me that, and I was like, so like, and I remember going, so like the Warriors, and he was like, yeah. Like, that's fucking amazing. Why is that not even a thing? That should always be a thing. That we should, like, you know, we should have. But then they did. I mean, they kind of did. They turned them into community police officers. Community support police officers.
Yeah, but the difference is the guardian angels were, a lot of them were like
ex-NARM guys, right? Because it was the 70s, right?
Yeah, but you had basically people from like 40s, 30s, 20s, right? So you had people who physically were in fairly good shape, who could physically handle themselves, you know, and they were people from the neighborhood, so you know they know how to throw hands. Like community support officers, it's like, what are you supporting? Like, if we're being honest, like, how many times have you seen a community support officer, you're just going about your business and you walk past the one and you thought, yeah, if something kicked off, you could support?
Yeah, no, never. I used to know a guy, he was a community support officer, and I'd be like, dude, I'll fuck you up. Like, if you ever tried to make me stand somewhere and give you my name, I'd just laugh in your face and walk away.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, follow me? Alright, cool.
And that's the thing. Is
follow me into an estate. I'm just gonna take a stroll into this really terrible estate that I know people in. We'll see how that works out for you. Won't come back alive, man. But yeah,
largely for show, isn't it?
Sorry,
it's largely for show. The community support.
Sure.
It's just,
but what does it show?
It shows that the government have tried to do something. Okay, well, we don't have enough police officers.
In the community, you know?
We don't have enough police officers, so we need to put these things on these people, have them walk around so it looks like we're doing something.
That just sounds to me like, you know, arming the villagers.
Yeah.
Right, arming the villagers against the Roman army is not going to end well.
Probably not.
Because more slaps. You'll see more slaps. Yeah. Do you remember Happy Slaps?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I saw a video the other day of some guy getting slapped in a diner. And it is the best pimp slap I've ever seen.
Oh gosh, I've seen this.
It's like there's a fight kicking off in the diner.
And does the guy do some
bro,
super
the
elaborate
dude
slap?
The guy walks up and like licks his fucking hand, yeah? And then comes up and exaggerated pullback and slaps this dude out cold.
Do you know what it is?
Shocking.
Joe, if you haven't seen it, when I say to you, right, it doesn't look like there's enough force to cause the damage it does.
Right.
It looks like it's 100% technique.
Right.
Like 100%. This guy trained...
He's a Hispanic, so you know he's been slapped a few times.
Yeah, it was in a restaurant, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see that, right?
Yeah. I've seen it. Yeah.
That slap, the way he cocks his palms and moves his hands, it felt like I was watching a Shaw Brothers kung fu film, right? Because I just saw it and it was just like, even if
he put some like
he put some energy into it, and then it was
attitude into it, buddy.
Yeah, it was just like
yeah, it's like
I'm surprised that there is no Shaw Brothers sound effects have been placed on top of that video, because the slap, the way he hits him, you know that Street Fighter when you beat someone you hit.
Yeah.
It's like that slap, and the way the guy goes down, it's like his knees buckle and he's just gone.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, I don't like watching street fights and shit, but that was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a beautiful display of like dude, the guy that saunters up and licks his fucking hand for extra traction, and then just hits that dude over the face. Oh my goodness. Well played.
I wouldn't know what to do after that. I would have to move.
You're the one who got slapped.
Yeah, I would have to
move.
Leaving.
Yeah, you're leaving the UK,
I know exactly what to do. You wake up, you go home, pack all the bags, and you leave.
Yeah.
You don't tell nobody where you're going. You leave your phone on the bed.
Yeah.
Keys on the bed. You leave your driving license there. You're not gonna need nobody to know your real name anymore, and you go.
Start a new life. Change your name.
Yeah.
Change your name. Start a new life. It's done for you, my friend.
I had to change my name, and the last one was in. Why? What did you do? I don't want to talk about it.
My name got slapped off me.
Yeah.
Stricken from the list.
Yeah. All right, guys. So so last night I was strolling through Instagram and I saw some posts and I thought there's some subjects I wanted to discuss.
Cool.
And throw it up with you guys, see what you think.
Right.
So first one here is it's actually just a meme, and I thought somebody wrote a comment. Someone wrote, "I don't have children. The reason why is fairly simple. When my nephew was 4, I tucked him into bed. He stared past me for a few seconds and then told me, 'The wall people don't like you.' After that, kids and I were not simpatico." Simpatico, you know.
Yeah.
Simpatico.
I can understand that.
What are your thoughts on this?
I am a firm believer that children, babies into toddlers can see shit that us as adults cannot see.
I see dead people. Yeah, because you believe into ghosts and shit, right?
Yeah. You know, if you think about ghosts and all that, if you believe in ghosts and things, I'm like pets or animals and children who are like their brain isn't as formed into what we are using right now. They can just see it. They can see spirits. So whenever you're looking, you think how many times you've looked at a kid and the kid like looks at you but then looks away, looks over your shoulder or looks behind you, whatever, right? And they're never looking at you, and it's always like, why? And I have pets. I have 2 cats, and those cats, there are times when them cats
they stand to attention,
like they stand to attention, they look in one direction, and I'm like, there's nothing there, and I was like, there's nothing there that I can see. I'm like, I don't know if he can see, you know, the Slender Man or whatever there, right? I can't see it, but he can. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
What's the weird thing about cats? Actually, it said that cats' eyes, they have the slits in their eyes, and it's closer to lizards because no other cats have that.
Yeah.
Lions don't have lions have round pupils.
Oh yeah, you're right.
All those big cats, they have round pupils, but domesticated house cats, they have lizard eyes.
Yeah, because I remember my cousin's cat during the day or during the evening, their eyes go very slanty and
maybe they're just Chinese.
You said it, mate.
Motherfucking guy. You bring me that mouse over here. And I'm going to touch on that Chinese later on. But so the response, one of the great responses I saw to that comment that someone wrote about the wall people, someone wrote, maybe spend less time making excuses and more time becoming the kind of person the wall people would approve of.
That's hilarious.
I like that.
Which is it's good.
That's a great troll.
So recently I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and of course, and there's a song that's come on recently, which is that fried rice song. I would like free chicken wings with the fried rice. You seen that? And people have been memeing it.
Sure.
And so I was just curious, and so just scrolling through again because I got some subjects. So I'm just going to talk some memes I just saw, and I was like, I'm just going to bring it up with you guys. Have you guys ever seen an advert for Chinese food? As popular as it is, have you ever seen an advert in the UK for Chinese food in your entire life?
I've seen it in America, yes.
For Panda Express or some shit, right?
Panda Express and PF Chang's. I've seen adverts for them, but I've never.
In the UK, have you ever seen an advert?
One time.
No.
Crazy, right? Yeah, it's so popular.
But do we have a chain of Chinese restaurants?
There used to be one called Wings. They called themselves Wings.
Yeah.
And there was a second one called Wings 2.
Because I think, you know, you think about it, you've seen adverts for food places, they're chain restaurants. Chinese restaurants are usually independent.
There's that one in London, London, China, something like that. I can't remember.
Because the only one that I know of
is Wing Up.
Is Walk to Work.
And Yo Sushi, I guess, not Chinese food, but
yeah,
like a sushi establishment.
But even when you think about it,
Wagamama.
Wagamama's Japanese.
It is Japanese.
Okay.
Forgiveness, please.
I'm trying to figure out the box. Yeah, just trying to figure out the box here, and I can't think of anything.
Just Chinese.
No,
just the normal Chinese. And do you know how much of a risk? By the way, like, so the local Chinese place to me, I'm not going to say the name, but the local Chinese place to me, which was like, took me like 4 or 5 tries. You know, and we're talking like £40 a time, right? To find a good Chinese place. Because sometimes you can't go to the one that's got the highest recommendation. In fact, I find going to a Chinese restaurant that's got like a 3 stars is probably the best one.
Really?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
That's interesting. Oh, I've always had my suspicions about 5-star Chinese restaurants. And
I got my suspicions about 5-star anything.
Right.
You've got too many stars. I'm like, there's a problem here. You've fudged the numbers. You know? Because like, I want to go to a place where a takeaway place where, in like, especially with Chinese, and purely because like I have friends who have owned Chinese restaurants, like their families, like when they have told me like I worked at the counter, like you want to go to that place where the little kid works on the counter, like doing his homework, but also taking orders on the phone. That's the kind of place you know is going to be good Chinese food. Right. And and like, I don't know, dude, I sort of chopped and changed from the different Chinese joints that I would pick. Then I found a really good one. And once you find a good Chinese place,
you go to it all the time.
Stick with it, dude. And it's just word of mouth. It becomes word of, you talk, they're like, oh, I know a good place, and then someone else goes, and they're local, and fucking amazing. And that place closed down. Fucking, I don't know why it closed down, but they closed, and I was so fucking upset that I can't tell you how upset I was. I was like, oh, I need to fucking go through that bullshit again, and again I went to like, I had to tick off the other ones I'd already gone to, and was like, okay, I'm gonna give this new place a shot, but this new place is gonna cost me like £30, right? And you want to make sure they get the soup right, they get the fucking the dim sum right, the duck's got to be right, it's all got to be on point, you know. And if it's not, you've just stuck in fucking throwing 40, 50 quid down the drain.
You know what?
But that place we went to in Collingdale's good.
Oh, that is lovely.
Yeah. What, I can't remember what it was called.
Golden Dragon. The Golden Dragon in Bang Bang.
That's it. Bang Bang. Right, yeah. No, I'll say, you know what? There's one thing that's worse than a place closing down.
Go on.
Changing ownership.
Oh, okay.
Change ownership, and if it's a place you physically go into, you'll notice, because you go in there and suddenly like the regular staff members aren't there, and that's when that's when you feel like, you know what? You feel like, your spider sense starts tingling, because you're looking around and you're like, this don't vibe right. It looks like the place, but you know.
And that's when like a dickhead white guy who's trying to gentrify the area comes out from the back with a fucking neckerchief, and he's like, "Hey, I'm the new owner. Hi, nice to meet you." Then you're like, "This place is gonna suck." Where are all the fucking immigrants? Where are they? Where are those guys?
I've never noticed a place lose quality as much as when they change ownership.
They try to with the names. We'll keep the name, but we'll change all the staff and the menu.
Except for that one. So do you remember we ordered? Do you remember we ordered from that pizza place?
Yes.
The stone baked one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So they changed their name, but just for tax purposes. And I was like, yes, bruv.
Right.
I was like, they're like the exact same place, exact same pizza, exact same menu. They just changed their name. I'm assuming for some sort of HMRC evasion process. Oh yeah, we're dissolved, so we're not going to pay the taxes. Yeah, sorry. Our accounts are in disrepute.
Hey man, if
proposal to strike off.
if politicians can play this game, I think everyone there should be able to.
For sure. And so I just wondered if you'd ever seen one, but it's just kind of like, I didn't even notice that. Someone else did a meme, and the meme was like, I goes, I've never seen Chinese people at a funeral. He goes, these motherfuckers are eating each other. What? And I was like, that's a bit far. That's a bit far.
Wow. I would say it would be more the Turkish that are doing that.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Hey.
Wow.
Hi, Uncle Ruckus. I missed you.
Yeah. Dude, I went on a date years ago. I went on a date with this girl from Hong Kong, right? This shows how much of a fucking idiot I was.
What are you, fucking retarded?
And I was like, so I went on this date with her, and she was really nice and tight pussy. And
point.
Yeah, I fucked her in my car seat. Like it's like she came mounted, and then her back up against the fucking steering wheel.
Okay, yeah.
This is before the gut. Anyway, anyway, I remember. So we went out to get some food, and we were just chatting. I was like, "So, tell me about like Hong Kong." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, tell me what's like China like? What's that all like? Like, what's Chinese food like?" And da da da. And she was like, "Well, first thing, we don't call it Chinese food.
We call it food."
Yeah. And I was like, "Huh?" And she was like, "Yeah, we don't call it Chinese food." I thought I was about to learn some new shit. And she was just like, "No, we just call it food because it's in China." And I was like, "Huh? Yeah, of course." Didn't think about that. You dumb.
Oh shit. Oh my
God. I
God.
dated her for a few weeks. She was really cool. Yeah.
What happened? So if you don't mind me asking.
What happened? Do you know when you just kind of like don't talk to each other for a
while?
Right,
you kind of you
just know it's not gonna go away.
Yeah,
you just float away.
We had a really good first date. And then a few other good dates after that, and it just kind of just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Your vibe was kind of went that way, and then okay, well, this ain't happening anymore.
Yeah. And it was in those younger days where I'm like, I'm looking to fuck on the first date.
It's a shame you didn't grow up now, because I think most women are.
What, looking to fuck on the first date?
Yeah.
Where the fuck are those women in my life?
They're all in their 20s, aren't they? They're very.
Dude, we're at the age now. Like, if I hung around people who are in their 20s, it's just creepy.
Yeah, it is.
It's just creepy.
You know, it is creepy, but also you become aware of the age you are when you hang around people who are in their 20s.
Yeah, because they talk about bollocks.
Yeah, because it's the things that you know that.
Do you not want to talk about variable mortgage rates? What's going on?
You know, when you're and also it's like when you start. I'm not gonna say get excited, but when you start, certain things pique your interest. That for no reason you're like, oh, hold on. If I have a club card, I can get like twice as many like fabric softener as usual. when you're walking past that aisle and you stop and you're like, oh
yeah.
Okay.
That's when you know it's like,
dude, I got excited because I bought some scented ball cream. Because I do, because you want to make sure your balls are nice and dry, right? Like not sweaty. So I use, it's called Fresh Bollocks.
Oh, you showed that to me not too long ago.
You talk. Oh, yes.
And then there's a gold one that's scented. That's a little bit more expensive, but for some reason was the same price. And I was like, I got so excited. I was like, oh, it's the same price. I can finally try the scented version. As if I'm going to be smelling my own balls, and they're going to smell of sandalwood.
Oh, what's that smell of sandalwood?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's my nuts.
You're gonna love my nuts.
Those are my balls.
Ooh, those are my testicles.
Yeah. So, just going off because I'm just kind of riffing off stuff that I just remembered from yesterday. So, there's another one is so you were talking about that cab driver who slapped that other dude. Yeah. In China, did you know, right, that it's more common practice that they would rather, if you say for example, you hit somebody with a car, they reverse to try to kill you.
Yeah, because they don't
cost them so much money. If you stay alive, you can sue them for so much shit. So now, what has happened in China is that when people have arguments, they have spit fights. Have you heard about this?
I saw. There's this guy that does these China videos, and
which one was he from?
He's South African.
Yeah, Serpent Zero.
Yeah.
Serpent Zero. Yeah, and he does a video. He does videos with a guy called Lawai 86.
Oh, okay. I don't know the other guy.
Yeah, that Sea Milk is his other name. Yeah, no, not Sea Milk. Sorry, Lawai 86. So they had a channel together, and then the Serpent Zero. His channel's called Stay Awesome.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And I follow him. He's good.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable. I get because he lived out there, I guess. And the shit that happens in China, man. Wow.
China Uncensored is another really good channel.
Yes. Yeah. And he also lived out there, didn't he? And he's also South African, isn't he?
No, he's English.
He's
okay.
American.
Sorry,
he's American. Okay. Yeah, that's the nefarious shit that happens in China and the way they have to operate. I don't know how anyone can live there.
Well,
I mean, they do. There are a billion people live there.
I mean, you laugh. My Uber driver who took me to the airport, he was Chinese.
Oh, Chinese, like mainland?
Yeah, mainland China, right? And he said that he'd lived in the UK, he'd lived in Portugal, like he was living in Portugal, and him and his wife were living in Portugal, and their son was in boarding school here. And my wife, you know, she can strike up a conversation with anyone. She's very like, you know, social butterfly. And she was like, oh, you know, so any plans to go back to China? And he was like, no. Not, you know, like every other question we spoke about.
You're gonna fuck with the CCP,
right?
You're fucking him in the fucking ass,
right? Talking about anything, any other subject. He was like talking about how he was like he's a Manchester City fan. Obviously, I'm a United fan, and he was like, oh, you know, he was like, oh, so you know, he was like, who do I think is going to win the league? And I was like, well, who do I think or who do I want? And he was like, oh, well, you know, I can imagine that, you know, being a United fan, you don't want City to win. And he was very polite about all of this stuff. And then the second she was like, oh, so any plans to go back to China? He was just like, no.
So no more communication after that?
No, he spoke. There was more communication. We spoke about a lot of things. But that was the one time where it was definitive.
Okay.
Straight up, no.
Wow.
Yeah, because the government over there is fucking terrible. Isn't
He
it?
was like, it's not a society I want myself or my son. It's not a society I want my son to grow up in.
Right.
Now, I've never been to China, and admittedly, even with their issues, I would like to go to China. I like to experience new cultures and things. I like to go to China, right? Also,
Joe's shaking his head because he's.
I know Joe's shaking his head. He's like, I don't want to go.
I've been to Hong Kong. I've not been to China.
I'll tell you like this, Joe. Right? But the thing is, out of the two of us, I am more likely to throw hands. Right? I know that's why your eyes are widening.
I would say that would be an immediate mistake.
I know. But I'm just like, I've seen videos of like when COVID was in place and they wanted to kick people out, and it was people who looked like me and you, and they had metal poles and they were swinging them poles. I'm like, you get one good swing. If you miss, just run.
Yeah, but
right?
the problem is that you're not worried about the other 15 guys with poles as well. That too, my friend.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I'm from a place where cricket was a national sport at one point, right? I will swing that pipe I will swing that pipe at the Lord in heaven, right? To catch everybody in one go. I might miss, I might fail, might wind up.
Just imagine him standing there going, I don't like cricket. I love it.
But it's like, I would, getting back to that, I would like to visit China, right? Because some of the things I've seen, it looks like a very beautiful country,
Hey,
right?
man.
But hey, look, that being that,
it's just being called an N-word everywhere you go would just suck so much.
You see, you say that, but I went to India. And
India's pretty bad.
They were
well.
like, I think the word for black is, if I'm
Galia.
It's Galia. Galia or something like that, right? And how I learned this was I was walking around and everywhere I just kept hearing the same word over from the moment we got off the plane and we're getting to go to passport control to leave to get the luggage. I could just keep hearing this word, and I'm just like not really thinking too much about it. And then we leave the airport and we're in the market walking around, right? And it's like I'm hearing this word. So I asked my friend who is Indian. I say to her, I said, "What does this word mean?" And she looked at me and she didn't want to answer. And I'm like,
okay, so it's not their word for black guy, it's their word for
yeah. It's a bad word, man.
What does this word mean? Right? I was like, this is me, you can say it. And she was like, it means black. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, no, not the color black. And I was like, oh, so that's what it means, right? And she was like, the actual definition, it means like black magic. But it's like, yeah, but obviously
magical Negro.
Black magic don't mean it's not
right?
good. So magical instead of O, A, right? Because they literally is like, it means like devil. It's a bad word.
Yeah. Trust me, I
was like, for real? Yeah. And I was,
just imagine the Indians acting like the witch from Robin Hood. It's the coloured man, the painted man,
the painted man,
the painted man.
Right? But I was just like, I heard that word several times a day, every day I was there. But I'm like, to be honest, I like, there's a phrase that a friend of mine, she now lives in Canada, right? She actually is heavy into wrestling. I remember a post she put up one time. She said, your opinion doesn't matter because nobody who doesn't like me can beat me up.
It sounds like fighting words.
It is fighting
words. I get what you're saying, but the problem is though, like, in India, they were saying that word, and that's in their language. In China, they say the N-word in English.
Nigga.
Knowing what it means and knowing its connotations. They in India, I don't think they're saying it in a horrible way to you. Well, maybe they are, but they're not saying it.
Yeah, they're not saying it in a way that
they understand.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
So
but
cool
when in Chinese people, when they say a racial slur to you and you understand it, they're saying it because they want you to understand that word, because they want you to feel some type of way about it. Everyone else around you in India was just talking about you. These people are talking to you. Do you know? And that's the difference. I think.
I've never experienced that yet.
Go to China, you will.
I want to see.
So,
right?
When I was at school, there was a lot of Indian guys that I used to know. The phrase was "Agalia Danimani Bakni Ganjus," and that means
Danimai means fuck your mum or something, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. It's been a long time now, but I remember the phrase, and they taught me. I hung around them enough to know to understand. Okay, this means this. This means this, and and it's bad. It's very bad.
It's bad. It's so fucking bad. Is it bad? As opposed to good?
So if you hear it, it's I don't know the connotation for what it means in India as opposed to the Indians that live here, because words mean different things. The same word can mean something different.
Yeah, alterations.
And so it I guess just to be devil's advocate to the Indians in India, that they may be just saying it because they.
Well, that's just how they communicate.
That's how they
communicate.
Yeah, because I'm just like my outlook on it is like, if you say something to me in a language I do not understand, or you are assuming I don't understand, I'm not going to take offense. Even if you can say the most horrible shit to me, if I don't understand it, you're just moving your mouth and sounds are coming out.
Bagala, Muhammad Jihad. Bagala, Muhammad Jihad, La Durga Durga, Muhammad Jihad, Muhammad Jihad. Oh shit.
Once we are both equally aware that I understand exactly what you're saying, then it's a different thing. So when you're saying that in China, they'll say the N-word, that would be a different situation. Right?
Yeah, I know, but I just don't think you understand that it's not. And this is like where I think there's a big divide between people that liberally exist in a liberal country.
Yeah.
And then when they try to take that same liberalism to a country that does give zero fucks.
Yeah.
China is that country.
Yeah.
Like, China
really
is one of those many countries that's like, oh, you think we care? No, we don't. We're like Mother Nature. We don't care. You will exist. We will tell you, and then if you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself, basically. And if you try to even slightly say anything back to us, prison. We're just gonna go to prison, and that's why I can never go back to China. Because they have enforced this new rule now. It's like, if you've ever even it's almost like thought police. If you've ever said anything or done anything defaming against China in any capacity, if you enter their borders, you will be arrested.
Wow.
So even if you have a connecting flight that goes into like Beijing, and you're not even staying there, but because you are now on Chinese soil, They're like, oh yeah, that guy, we know about him, because you know what they're like with the internet.
Yeah.
That guy, we know about him. Yeah, he said some shit. He's not. Oh, his fucking passport's flagged up. We're gonna get that motherfucker.
Right to jail, right away.
And I'm done, because I go through phases where I tell the CCP to go fuck themselves on a fucking weekly basis. I literally will post like, oh, it's Friday, hope everyone's having a good day. Also, a big reminder, fuck the Chinese Communist Party.
I remember seeing some of those posts.
Exactly, you know, and that's
I would like see those posts from you, and I would like scan a bit more to see like, is there going to be some context? Is there gonna be
it's just,
and it's just like a post.
Oh yeah, it's just Friday, it's payday. Yeah. Fuck the Communist Party, you know. So, but yeah, we veered off a little bit far down track. Spit fights.
Yeah, spit. What is this?
So spit fights is that's the Chinese people not wanting to be sued for hurting another person in a fight. Because if you put hands on somebody, they could, because that's how they fuck. You don't just go to prison. The government gets involved, and then you have to financially recuperate that person's losses. And that person can start claiming a lot of money, right?
So you're slave then?
Yeah. So that's why basically. So that's why basically, if you hit somebody with a car in a car accident, they try to reverse to kill you,
right? So
that your insurance doesn't sue them.
Right.
That's how fucking heartless some of these people are over
insane.
There. That's not everybody, it's just some, right? So, yeah, so then now it started out with these spit fights where people would just like start spitting each other's faces. And there's a video I saw of these two like drivers, and they're standing like incredibly close to each other, but not touching each other, which is important. Incredibly close to each other, and they're just spitting like back and forth.
I need our pay.
Yeah.
Toy, pay, toy.
Just like, you know how like children spit?
Yeah.
Like that. And I'm telling you, right, that's the one thing that I'm like, I think there are a few things in this world that will make me go from 0 to 100 real quick. And one of them is spit. If you spit on me, I'm killing you.
And I will rain down an ungodly fucking firestorm upon you. You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up.
I'm just like, we're gonna bypass the cognitive part of my brain that goes, don't do this, because you're gonna go to prison. I'm gonna go from, oh, cowabunga it is then, okay. I'm gonna fucking, cowabunga, bro. Let's do this. And I'm gonna fucking kill you. Because I don't do this. Spit is like the worst. But here's the thing.
It's the worst insult.
Yeah, it's an insult. If some stranger spits on me, different. But if a hooker spits in my mouth and we're fucking, that's a different story. I'm all in for that. Spit in my eyes, I don't care.
You're a problem. You're a real problem.
But if you're some random next brer, or even a chick, and you spat on me, oh my god, I'm gonna fuck you up. I just know that about myself. I know I'm gonna go, like, the lights are gonna switch off, and I'm gonna go to Wolverine rage mode. And I'm gonna do everything possible to hurt you, and the only other thing that can do that to me is like, maybe, obviously, if somebody hurt my kid. Those are pretty much the only maybe two or three things, like, maybe someone did something to, like, I don't know, a family member or whatever, but apart from that, like, I'm a pretty chill guy.
I'm gonna tell you this.
But if you spit on me, I'm fucking you up.
I'll tell you like this, bro. From 1999 to 2001, I played football for I played for a club. It's Sunday league, so it's nothing special. And in those years, I've seen people get injured in some of the most horrific challenges that you will ever see. And the only time, more than once, that I have seen a brawl kick in was one person spitting on another person.
Right.
If you cock a loogie on someone, that's the end of the day. That's done. You're done, bro.
I literally watched two players, right? And this was like, when you play Sunday League football as a youth, they do this thing where it's like, the start of like the cup, everybody's playing at the same time. So there'll be like 10 pitches and there's 10 matches going on at the same time to get, you know, all these competitions down early. And I say to you, I watched a guy get challenged, get up, hawk and spit in his opponent's face.
In your face.
And I saw the guy have to cup his hand and go like that and flick the spit out. And when he looked at his hand and he could see a little bit still dripping off, that hand turned into a fist and bow right in the other guy's face. And then all you saw was both teams came rushing in. Freaking coaches and surrounding parents came rushing in, and it just went.
Was it like the end of the Naked Gun, where both teams just start fighting each other?
That's what it would be though, because it's turned into like a domino effect, right? Because if I was out and someone spat on him and he kicked off, I'm like, all right, okay, fucking cowabunga, let's go, right? All right, because I'm like, that's my boy, so I got to jump in. And if I'm with three of my friends, they're like, yo, L's in a fight, so they were gonna jump in, and then and then obviously that's gonna go vice versa for their side.
Yeah. And grab that boy, so go pop, 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 boom. Boy hit the deck, my boy jumped on top, started fucking his boy up. He was kicking the dude's ass, and his brother woke up, jumped on top of my boy, started kicking my boy's ass. Then the brother, somebody said, "There's a fight in the back, fight in the back." And all the people, the bouncers came in the back of the club. It was a white club. They saw two niggas fighting two white guys. First thing they did was jump on the niggas. You niggas have to learn to stop fucking up our club. Then we let you in here, nigga. Then we saw you laughing while we were dancing. We saw you blacks. And then all the brothers saw like 40 white guys beating up two black guys. Hey, you can't beat up the brothers. And they jump in the fight. Then it would look like 40 white guys fighting 40 black guys with a big race war and suntan lotion and Jerry curl juices shooting all over the place.
And that's how a brawl kicks off, you know?
And seeing this brawl go down, right? And I was the next pitch. When I say the game we were playing stopped. And I say to you, right, the only person who left our pitch to go to the other pitch was the referee to try and help break up the fight.
Damn, it's a brave referee.
When he came back, shirt in pieces. Right? His referee shirt, just regular black plain referee shirt, in pieces.
Right.
And I was just like,
oof.
I was pointing at the teammates. I was like, you man, that's not us.
Were there any serious injuries after that fight?
Injuries, no. Sanctions, yes.
Oh, okay.
Both teams gone.
Okay.
I was just,
there's a moment where everything calms down. You're like, you guys shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, oh shit, we shouldn't have done that. Once the black rage is gone.
It was like, they were like, we're not banning the players, we're banning everybody.
Damn.
Because you can't, at what point are you going to start singling people out? You need to be like, you're all involved. Bye.
Yeah, and you got to think, right?
Commit Order 66.
Execute Order 66.
Oh, this, right? Order 66 was light work compared to this, right? Oh, it was light work. Definitely more Jedis died in that fight than right? You're seeing, because all I'm saying is you're forgetting these are mid to late teenage boys.
Right.
15, 16-year-old boys,
So
right?
they're ruled by their hormones, man. So that's
No, but it's 15 and 16-year-old boys in athletic condition.
Ooh.
Obviously, not. It's a Sunday league, so we're not talking. Supreme physical
we're talking the Jets and the Sharks here.
Right. But we're talking good enough condition that you can run around.
No, Jets and Sharks. You don't know your fucking West Side Story?
West Side Story, man.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah, fucking guy.
I thought you were talking about.
We're talking about getting a fight and then quoting Broadway. And this guy's like, is it Broadway?
I love that film as well.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, seeing people, and I'm like, when you're seeing boys kicking each other, and this is when I said this back in the day, there was no T90 football boots, right? So they didn't have the little, like, the blades that are on
the studs.
There was Adidas Predator.
Right. Oh, regular, right. This is back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like Umbro boots.
Ooh,
and
those
this
hurt.
is where people would take off football studs and replace them with rugby studs.
Those
hurt. Sometimes I'm going, and when you're seeing people get kicked with that, there was like, everybody's done.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's messed up,
So
man.
you played a lot of football, huh? Yeah. I didn't know that. So it's actually brings me on to the next point, actually. So a good idea for the Olympics would be like, you take all the like proper Olympics, not the Olympics, not the Special Olympics.
I don't know what you mean by that.
You do.
Hey Joe, can you lick your shoulder?
No, I can't.
So the Special Olympics, not those ones, just the normal Olympics, right? And basically you just have like a whole list, and you go, okay, like we're just gonna pick athletes from the normal public, and like you, man, who drinks in a pub every Sunday, you're now pole vaulting this weekend at the Olympics to qualify. I wonder what sport do you think you could do?
What sport would
Darts.
I do?
Darts is not an Olympic sport.
Yeah,
It's not sport. It's a fucking hobby.
Don't say that to dart players.
I'll say it to dart players. I'll say it to
Listen,
their
look, straight up and down. You say don't say that to dart players, right? Right now there's this kid Luke Littlefoot or something like that, right? And he is like the top guy in darts right now. He's supposed to be super special, right? Like if you put him, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Lewis Hamilton, and you made all three of them do the same like track and field events for one day.
The dart guy's dead.
He ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure as a dart player, I'm sure he's got the accuracy of Hawkeye.
Stark, get a lot of stray sniff in your tail. Find a tight corner.
I was like, sir, you're beautiful, you're amazing at your craft. Congratulations. You're better at your craft than I am at mine. But let's call a spade, right? That's like, when people are like, oh, golf is an amazing sport. And I'm like, listen, I've seen some of the best golf players in the world, right? When you go through their history, some of them, they got a waistline that is at maximum capacity.
More concerned as why he's looking at other men's waistlines.
Nah, I'm telling you, like, you see
fucking
people
queer eye over here, you know.
I'm telling you right now, right? You see certain golf players, right? And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, you look like you were the outline for Homer Simpson.
Right? Yeah. They used to look like that, and then you had Tiger Woods. That kind of changed the game.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you think about it, right? It's like all it took was not one, because there was a number of them, but you say a couple of players who were in somewhat better shape, and then them players reaching the heights and no one being able to touch them for generations.
Yeah.
Then it's suddenly like everybody's got to look like that. Yeah.
It
was like, oh, we got to take this seriously.
Yeah, the moment they started making games of Tiger Woods, it's like, oh right, he owns he owns golf. Because there was no golf game. There were golf games in the past, but nothing with EA
Sports.
Yeah. And if the audience could tell me, I don't know of any golf game that has anyone's name on it before Tiger Woods started.
I'm sure there is, probably in the earlier games, like, you know how like Madden had.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Madden
probably had.
No, I think Joe's right. I think it was just like, it would be like PGA. It would be
PGA Tour Golf.
So like even like FIFA, we got FIFA, which is now just FC.
Yeah.
And then you've got NBA, and Madden was just Madden. They didn't call it NFL, they called it Madden. And I know that's what Madden was a guy.
Yeah. His picture was, I remember his picture like
the
old white guy.
Yeah.
John Madden.
Yeah. And that's what I just thought, oh, that's what American football is, John Madden. And when I was checking, John Madden had something to do with it.
To answer your question, as rather heavy and rotund as I may still be, it'd probably be 100-meter sprint.
I'm going sumo.
Wow.
Nah, because I know I'm not. I'm heavy, but I ain't that heavy.
Sumo. Yeah, I'm going for anything fighting. I'm gonna tap into the autistic part of myself.
So why you use judo? Why you use judo?
Nah, because sumo's more of a push thing, you know.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was really good at pushing other kids around.
You can do that. There's literally nothing you can do.
I saw a meme yesterday, right? I saved this one because I thought this. And I want to tell you now, when I saw this, I immediately thought of you.
Okay.
I was like, this. I read it in your voice. Okay. I read this in your voice. I want you to know that when I saw this, I thought of you, Neil. Okay. When I'm at Chipotle, I always wait until after the employee puts the first scoop of chicken on my burrito to ask for double chicken. Hold on. So the size of the first scoop isn't compromised by the knowledge I'm getting a second scoop. And now the employee has shown their hand in terms of their default scoop size. So they can't play fucking games with my second scoop. Bro, when I tell you that I read that in your voice, because I was like, that is Neil.
Definitely. 100%.
That, but unironically.
No, I hold my hands on it. Definitely me, right?
You have a double ganger out there.
Oh, listen.
Double what?
Double ganger.
No, I thought you said double glanger.
No, right? I'm going to show you guys a video when we're not filming, right? And we're going to have a conversation about double gangers.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Right, we're going to have a conversation about double, but it's after we're not filming, right? But
10 minutes, by the way. 10 minutes.
But yeah, that definitely, right? Because I am somebody, like if I order a burrito or a kebab or something like that, right? I like variations. So I'm like, I want double meat or I want all the meats, right? You know, like, oh, would you like a mixed kebab? You know, yeah, mix it. Toss in the chicken and the lamb. Let's go. But if you can mix all of them together, okay. But I don't want you to be like, oh, because I'm mixing it, I'm giving you half of this and half of that. No, I'll give you a full scoop both ways. This I'm a grown man, I can take it. Right? So yes, that I 100%.
Yeah, because I could just imagine you having been scorned in some place where you had chicken once and going, I need to figure out a fucking game plan here. And then that being you. Because I've been to like places, when I used to work in London, you know, there's like those pop-up places in the market and stuff where you can go get like a burrito and shit. And I'm like, do you want double chicken? And I always felt like that first scoop didn't look all that big. And I feel like I feel compromised that you know I'm getting a second one, so your first scoop is bullshit. Yeah. But like, that's a smart move, you know? Come in with that right in between after you've done it. But like, now I know what the first scoop looks like.
Hey, you know what it
the
is?
Second better look the same, bro.
I'll tell you how precise you gotta be with it. Because now I'm thinking about it, I'm deep in it. Is you let them put it in, and then you let their hand shake to say, I'm done. I've flicked out the whatever little bit might have stuck to the spoon.
Tap it out,
so they're like, tap, tap, tap. You let them do that, and then just as they're about to slide it to the next station, they'll be like, I changed my mind, I want double meat. And then they string it back.
This is how they would do it, yeah? They would do the first, this is how you know we're fat fucks. They would take the first scoop, and they would just throw it down and you'd go back in like, well, hold on, how do you know that scoop's not completely empty? The first scoop that you just threw in, you didn't tap it, you know? Yeah. How do you know there's no more chicken maybe just sitting on the bottom edge that's going to compromise the second scoop?
I mean, that's a science. It seems like you've got a whole science to it. Like,
you know what? I tell you this, right? You and I both worked at a cinema.
Yeah.
When I was on the other end of that counter, and I saw, I'm not saying where we worked, but we worked at a cinema.
I mean,
all I'm going to say is there was a sign posted where the drinks are. Right on the side that you can see when you're serving it, and it said all drinks must have 30% ice.
Yeah.
Didn't really pay attention to it. I would just like, scoop, here's ice, here's the drink, done. One time, ran out of ice, and somebody asked for a drink. They asked for a large drink, and I, not paying as much attention as I should have. No, they asked for a medium drink, and me not paying as much attention as I should have, pushed large.
Oh, so
there's no ice in the cup, and it just
You're about
filled
to
up.
Expose some shit.
Yes,
here.
and it filled up, and I was like, literally, as I realized I've pushed large, I'm reaching for it to stop the machine,
and it stops.
It stops, and I say, perfectly level with the top,
perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
And I was like, no, this can't be right. And I put the lid on, it didn't spill a drop. Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. And from that moment, I was like, not having no ice in my drinks.
I never have ice. If I go somewhere, unless I'm in like a nice restaurant where I'm now going to get free refills.
You get free refills, yeah.
I never get ice in the drinks.
But yeah, no
way.
That day, because I'm not an ice person, but that day, when I saw that, I was like, never again. I don't care how hot it is. It's quite hot outside right now. I don't care how hot it is. You're not putting ice in my drink.
Are you hot?
No, I mean like it's quite
the weather.
hot outside,
The weather's
like,
hot now.
No, but are you hot right now?
No, I'm good.
You guys are good.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are good.
I'm sorry.
We know. I mean, I don't know what to say to that.
I'm not like it's not like I'm Daft
made.
Punk, you know.
Yeah, the sacrifices.
Like I have my own aircon unit inside or something.
I mean,
yeah, the sacrifice is made for anonymity.
See, in my eyes, I think it's Iron Man in there, and you've got like you're just like
like I feel like you can see like
what's going on, John? Okay, and you're playing a video game right now while talking to us.
Think more Helen Keller.
Helen Keller?
Deaf, dumb, and blind. Yeah.
Helen
Keller.
Okay.
You're thinking of Anne Frank.
Okay. I was going to say,
well, I say Helen Keller.
Why does that always happen?
I don't know, but he thought Anne Frank.
The
girl with the diary in the attic.
Yeah.
Huh? Helen Keller was deaf, dumb, and blind.
Right. Okay. I didn't know that.
Dumb, especially. I'm especially the dumb one. All right, cool. So I think I'm just gonna finish off with this. Yeah, I'm gonna reel this one off. Right. So this one says, someone wrote the all-time greatest live action Jokers. Right. Okay. The all-time in order. Yeah. Number 1, Heath Ledger. Oh. Number 2, Joaquin Phoenix. Okay. Number 3, Jack Nicholson. Number 4, Cesar Romero.
Yep.
Yes, Cesar Romero.
And then Jared Leto he commented back to the person and he wrote, well, there's been 5 live action Jokers, but fuck me, right? And the guy responded, yeah, fuck you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. He really wanted. Where's if Jared Leto really wanted to be that character?
Do you know what it is? He probably got sent. There's a comic book literally just called Joker, right? And it's like a Elseworld tale, right? And all the story is Joker gets released from jail, and he goes about like rebuilding his empire that's been deprived.
Can I ask you a question? So, is this the one where the kid has no one who goes to his birthday party?
I don't remember. I remember Joker bangs one of his like henchman's wives in like. He bangs her in like the back of a car, and Batman is in like the last 2 panels of the book.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, but it's basically the way Joker is in Suicide Squad, where he's like a gangster. Joker is like that, without the tattoos and the gold teeth. Joker's basically like that. He's a gangster. I think it might have the thing where he goes to a kid's birthday party.
He sees a kid and the kid's crying in the street, and he's outside his house, and he's like, "What are you crying for?" And the kid's like, "Oh, nobody came to my birthday party." And he's like, "Really?" Because like no one is at this kid's birthday party. He's like, "Fuck that!" And like he kidnaps a bunch of people and forces them to go to the party for this little kid. And so I was like, "Oh, kind of heart of gold."
Yeah,
right? Yeah. It's twisted, but yeah.
Yeah, it is twisted, but it's this comic, and there's no one in it. So Harley Quinn's not in it. Like I said, Batman's in like the last 2 panels or whatever. But it's just that he was probably given that book and was like, "Oof, I'm gonna kill that." And the way his Joker is in the film is very reminiscent of that Joker in that book. But that's a one-shot, one-time issue. It's not like, oh, this is the Joker who the Jeff Loeb run. This is not the Joker from the, whatever run you want to pick out. This isn't the commonplace Joker. So people were just like, oh, that's not the Joker. And also, it came right after Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Who is not the best Joker. He's just one of the better Jokers, but he's just the most iconic Joker. Right? Because let's face it, he's more of a anarchist, like ex-military criminal than he is just a plain and simple aloof. Like Cesar Romero is a better Joker. Jack Nicholson is a better Joker. If we're talking, you sat down, you read comic books, and you read.
The problem with Jack Nicholson's Joker, as much as I love it, is Jack Nicholson is just being himself.
Jack Nicholson, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That's what makes it perfect. It's Jack Nicholson is just being Jack Nicholson, but it just perfectly lines up with him being the Joker, right? The Heath Ledger is a great Joker. I'm not gonna say it's shit. It's not. It's great. But I'm like, it's like those whole trilogy of films. They're made for people who know who Batman is but don't read Batman comics. They're not made for people who are like, I am invested in Batman, grew up reading comics of Batman, watching every lick and shred of media that was Batman related. They're not made for people who do that. They're made for people like, I want a superhero in the real world.
Yeah. Well, it's I just think it was the right melting pot for that. For what Christopher Nolan did with that, it was the right Joker at the right time.
It was. However, I'm also going to point out one thing, controversial. Forgive me. I don't think if Heath Ledger passed away, he would have been given the same reverence that he was given.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Because he got an Oscar.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think he receives that Oscar if he's living.
I think you're right, but I still think people
nominated, definitely. Winner.
Yeah, I still think people would think that Joker was good, but it adds gravity because he is dead. But it's the same with music artists. The music becomes a thing when they die, especially if they're good and consistent. They become something else, like Biggie, or
you become immortalized.
Mac Miller.
Fuck Mac Miller. Mac Miller, yeah.
Fuck Mac Miller, his music shit. I don't like it.
Well, I liked one of his tracks anyway.
This one, all the other things. I know we're going to finish it off, but I just wanted to round it off with two things.
Okay.
Fruits that do not live up to their names.
Okay.
Passion fruit.
Yeah, definitely doesn't live up to their name.
Yeah.
Grapefruit.
Grape drink.
Great drink. Honeydew.
Oh, definitely not.
Dragon fruit.
See, I when someone said dragon fruit was a fruit to me, like this was not that long ago, I was like, fuck off, you're lying.
There's a pink ticket.
Yeah.
Kind of open, it's white.
Yeah, it's really, I didn't know it was a real thing, and but it doesn't.
Do you want to know what fruit does live up to its name? Orange. It's only because you saw it, right?
No.
It says it. Orange.
Oh no, that's me. Orange lives up to
Orange lives up to his name.
Yeah. It literally is what it is.
The last thing I want to say, I know you obviously have pointed it out. Behind us, guys, before we go, behind us is Tulsi Gabbard's book. That is who should be VP for the president, who should hopefully will be Donald Trump. That's my opinion only. I'm not speaking for these guys, just mine. Tulsi Gabbard, please go buy her book. It's very good. I started reading it. I really enjoy it, and I think you should too, if you like reading books and know how the Democratic Party are a piece of shit. On that bombshell, I think everyone should also know that men require 12 hugs a day to be in a good place. And I know that none of my friends here get 12 hugs a day. I don't get 12 hugs a day. Go hug your friends. Go hug your family. Show them you love them. We love you. Joe loves you.
People don't care about men.
They should.
But they don't.
Yeah. Well, I'm a robot, so I don't care about any of you, but but they should. And yeah, it's true. You are right. I think I can't remember what comedian said it. I think it was Chris Rock. He said, "Women and dogs are the only creatures in the world that receive unconditional love."
Yeah.
Men, our love is conditional on what we can provide. But I still think that that the plight of men should be spoken, as well as the plight of women. But guys, if you're out there, look after your mental health. Go get a hug from a relative or a friend. I hug these every time I see these guys. I give them a little hug, because they're good people, and we need that to get through. And I know I've just changed the picture of the conversation. Go find a hooker. She'll hug you. She'll do it. We're all just looking for that fucking attention. I'm going to Thailand soon, so I'm gonna get loads of hugs. No, I'm getting no hugs apparently, but I'm gonna try. We'll see. Delinquent Chronicles, episode 17. Episode 17?
Yeah.
Episode 17.
Epstein 17. Oh! Ooh! Ooh, you did it. That's what I'm going to call it. We're going to call it Epstein 17. And we didn't even talk about it. But we didn't even talk about Diddy. We talked about none of it. There's so much we didn't talk about. We'll talk about it on the next episode.
Yeah.
We love you.
I'm sure Diddy's not going anywhere.
Yeah, well, he may be going to prison.
By the time this comes out, he'll probably be in jail.
Probably already in jail. He's already slapping people in hotel rooms.
Did he do it? Yes,
did he do it? Did he? Who knows?
I mean, we saw what happened to Cassie, so he definitely did do that.
He gave her a Stone Cold Steve Austin special.
He gave her the fucking the wet hand slap.
Oh my god. Well, Cassie clearly got paid out of it, and that's the last
30 million. Well, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? We'll talk about it next episode.
Yeah.
We love you. Episode 17 in the can. I've been El.
I've been Neil.
Jose.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm not about to lay down on my back and let someone cover me.
I thank you very much.
I'm gonna come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. Just you and I getting it on like two men should do.
Seth Rollins, I'm coming for you, boy. And I'm coming hard.
Now, Tully Blanchard, I want you, and I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna get to touch your body.
I am sick and tired of playing around with kids. I'm here to get it on with the big boys. I'm gonna ride Kodak hard.
Chris Kelly, I tell you what, when I get my hands on you, I'm gonna eat your ass like a pot of collard greens, baby.
Because I'm gonna stretch his ass like it's never been stretched before.
After I beat you and satisfy all the Hulkamaniacs, I'm gonna get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.